and I welcome Joseph to the show this afternoon. Joseph, welcome to the show. Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Are you in Queenstown now? Are you? Is Parliament at recess this week, or is it meeting?
No. Parliament's back in session. I'm back up in Parliament this morning.
Actually, we've been trying to get Shane Retty on the show to talk about the nurses' policy and finding him quite reticent. Is there a particular reason why he wouldn't be fronting on the nurses' policy, Joseph?
I couldn't say, to be honest. I'd say he's a busy man, that's for sure. I know he's got a whole lot of engagements, but I can't speak for him.
No, all right, okay. But you can speak on the reason I've asked you on here is last week you had Christopher Bishop, who I assume is your spokesperson for housing, coming down to Queenstown to look at the housing accommodation crisis you've got there, but also releasing as part of that National's policy essentially on renting. Can you just take us quickly through what you hope, what the policy is, and then what you hope it will achieve in terms of the Queenstown accommodation crisis?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was reconfirming that National's already committed to restoring interest deductibility for rental properties and restoring the Bright Line test to 2 years, down from 10 years under Labor. The new part of it was announcing that we will also reverse Labor's removal of no-cause terminations, and the provisions which see fixed-term tenancies roll into periodic tenancies in most cases, over 3 months. The problem in Queenstown is these laws, which they probably have a good intention, I suppose, trying to protect the sort of the long-term tenancy rights of folks, but they were warned by officials that they could have these consequences backfire by reducing rental supply and pushing up prices, but the cabinet went ahead anyway, and that's literally what's happened. In Queenstown, we've had housing challenges for many years, but quite many are telling me that this is the worst they've ever seen. And we have people who would be willing to rent out their houses, but just aren't willing to take the risk because of the fact that you can't do a short-term rental. You can't say, for example, I might just rent it for 6 months and I'll have it back. That's not possible under the current law, and you can't take a risk on someone who might be, have a bit of a background that's not best. So as a result, people who have poor rental histories or other vulnerable, other issues don't get a chance. So it's a classic example of where perfect has become the enemy of the good.
The other thing is you talked about the Bright Line test it's been out to 10 years, the idea being that would dampen down housing demand. You're saying take it down from 10 years to 2, is that right?
That's correct, yep. So restoring that Bright Line test, so that means, that folks just have to, it's assumed that they are doing it for the purpose of making money off the property. So it's taking that Bright Line test, which is Labor pushed up to 10 years, National had it at 2. We're going to take that back down to 2, and importantly, restore interest deductibility for rental properties. This is a really challenging market. Interest rates have gone up in a big way. It's not easy owning a house and renting it out to people, to be frank. The margins are very small at best. And we need people in the market. The government can't solve this issue.